This may sound like an ordinary construction site, but these drills aren't just for another home renovation project. This is the sound of Theatre Brookhaven's next play, Lysistrata, being built from the ground up. And for a play first performed in 400 BC, the production staff is providing quite the update. Set designer, Charles Best describes the process.
He took the original script, they tried to keep the essence of what was there. They updated some of the language, of course, not the way we would say it today. And even in this show, maybe it isn't the way we would say it today, but they're trying to stick with then if he says, okay, I want to put it in Texas in 1860, he has to start looking for, okay, how do I replace that classic language with something that would be used during this time period. Lysistrata started out as Lysistrata, an old Greek classic, usually done by people wearing togas and things like that, very classical. But Michael Robinson, the director, has been talking for years that he wanted to do this show and he wanted to update it. So it was a little bit of he pulled a little bit of a change on me because he had always talked about setting it in the antebellum South. So for years now, I've been thinking about that southern plantation house that I was going to build for the show. And so when he said he was going to do that show, I said, okay, now time to start putting some of that on paper. And then the first time I talked to him, he said, well, what would you think if I was kind of changing my mind, and what would you think if we put it in an Old West town in Texas in about 1860? And I was like, okay, well, I've never designed a Western set before, but, it's, the first thing to do is to get from him a sense of what kinds of things were going to be needed. And then I delve right into research for finding any pictures or anything that I can find to say structurally what they would look like. This is an Old West town set in Texas. This is what you see as the beginnings of the saloon and a general store. So just imagine yourself going down in any Western movie that you've seen or anything, going down the street, and we're trying to recreate a couple of those buildings just to give a sense of location.
Theatre Brookhaven's Lysistrata opens March 6th at 8 p.m. in the Performance Hall. Tickets can be purchased at the box office in the C building.